2 of the Monarch Ghost build for Kenny's Halloween group build. And we've got some things done, some modifying and some electronics added to not only the base but to the Ghost. We've added a little bit of moss in the corners here to give it some dimension. And then we've added our light underneath here where there's some looks like gel bars or dungeon bars down below the steps. And we've added a flickering 3-volt LED light to the bottom of that, so they flicker. So it kind of looks like a light that's going on. Let me hook it up here real quick. Looks like a light that's going on underneath there. So that's one thing we added. Now the next step was to light this up. Just the word Ghost. And what I did was I had a small routing bit, small enough to fit down in these letterings. It was too big for these letterings, but it's perfect size for this lettering. So I routed out all the lettering. It said Ghost. And then I cut the wall out right behind Ghost. Here's a bit of the wall that I cut out. And I made a light box for the back here. Right here's the box. I used 030 styrene sheet and made a light box, and I added 3 tricolor LEDs to the back here. So when power is applied to it, to the LEDs, the word Ghost lights up. So we've got that done on the base. And I think that's going to be all the electronics for the base. I think that's going to be enough. Now the next step, what I also did too on the sign here is to disperse the light. I just used Scotch frosted tape and put it on the back side of the lettering before I glued it onto the wall. And that Scotch tape diffuses the light, the LED lights. So we got that. So that's pretty much done, I think. That's all I'm going to do to the base. Now the Ghost, we've got our wiring run up through his leg and up to his waist. We'll run that down through the base. The upper half of the Ghost I've got together. As you can see, we have wiring in the upper half of the Ghost. We have a 1mm LED up inside the forehead pointing down to light up the face. Then we have a 1mm up around the throat that's pointing down to light up the skeletal chest. So I primed his head, but I ran out of primer. I have to go to the store and get some more primer. But I'll show you the head here. So I can get the right wiring for the head. I got 4 wires, obviously. One set's for the head, and one set is for the chest. I don't know which is which. I should have labeled them, I guess. Let's see. We got Okay, we got this one. It's for the chest, and these are soft whites for the chest area. Light up the chest. Of course, you can't see it very well with it being yellow. And then the head. I got wires everywhere. And the head, I haven't stripped yet. The wiring, that's why it's. You can see the head better since it's been primed. Let me strip the wires here real quick. And you can kind of see how the head will look lit up. I chose white mainly because we're going to paint this guy not like the box art. The box art has him painted in all kinds of colors. But I'm going to paint him like a ghost. And ghosts are all white, so we're going to paint him all white. He's not going to have any colors on him. We're going to paint him like a ghost. And here's his head that's lit up. So what we're going to do is once we get the wiring all tied together and the ghost put together, we're going to prime the whole thing gray. And then we're going to paint him, the entire thing, white. I haven't decided what shade of white. It'll be like an off-white. And then we'll probably give him like a blue wash to bring out some of the detailing. But everything's going to be white. The chains, the shoes. I mean, he's a ghost, so everything's going to be white with a blue wash. And then I might go over him lastly with a bit of a light pearl, white pearl spray. And I think he'll look like he's intended to look like, and that is a ghost. I really didn't like the idea of painting all of his pieces, parts, different colors, like the box art. I want him to look like a ghost because he's a ghost, and that's my goal. So anyway, that's my plans for the ghost. We're getting the lighting in there, and I think it'll be pretty cool. And I have to run to Van Stato, get another can of Duplicolor primer. I only had enough to do his head. Get the rest of them primed up and assembled, and get all the wiring taken care of. Then we'll have to run our switches in the back and our battery supplies. But all in all, I think it's going to be pretty cool. So that's it for this update. And until the next one, guys, take care and peace.